Welcome to News Briefs. Okay, let's jump right into the political landscape. President Trump signed the One Big Beautiful Bill on July 4th.
That's right. Quite a significant piece of legislation.
And the passage was, well, it was really tight, wasn't it?
Incredibly tight, yeah. 218 to 214 in the House.
Wow.
And then 5150 in the Senate. Needed the vice president to break that tie.
So really down to the wire, it tells you something about how divided things are.
Absolutely. It's a stark reflection of the current political climate, for sure.
So what's actually in the bill? What are the main things it does?
Well, the headline items are extending existing tax cuts and also getting rid of taxes on tips and overtime pay.
Okay, so tax cuts are a big part.
Definitely. But on the flip side, it makes some really deep cuts. We're talking $1.2 trillion slash from Medicaid and food assistance programs.
1.2 trillion, that's huge.
It is. And the official projections, they estimate it'll add about $3.3 trillion to the deficit over time.
3.3 trillion, and the human cost. I heard something about medical coverage losses.
Yes, the estimates suggest around 11.8 million people could potentially lose their medical coverage because of the Medicaid cuts.
Almost 12 million people. Okay, well, that explains the reaction from the Democrats then. They called it a crime against health and welfare.
Yeah, very strong language reflecting the high stakes involved.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Global hotspots. How's that situation between Iran and Israel looking after the ceasefire? That was June 24th, right?
Right. It's, well, delicate is probably the best word. The ceasefire seems to be holding technically.
Quick after that really intense period, what was it, 12 days? Bombings of nuclear sites, Iranian retaliation.
Exactly. And those reports, unconfirmed but persistent, about U.S. B-2 bombers being involved too.
Mm-hmm.
So now Iran's official line is strategic patience and rearmament.
Strategic patience sounds like maybe just a pause, not really an end to it.
That's certainly how it could be interpreted. It's a situation that still feels very tense. Lots of questions about what comes next.
Yeah, definitely one to watch. And staying in that region, sort of, Ukraine, a massive Russian attack today.
A huge barrage, yes. The reports mention over 539 drones and 11 missiles.
500 drones, that's just staggering.
It is. And tragically, there are casualties. At least one person confirmed dead in Kyiv, 26 injured.
Awful. And widespread damage, too.
Yes, infrastructure hit hard across several regions. It's a significant escalation.
And the timing is interesting, isn't it? Didn't this come right after a call between President Trump and President Putin?
That's the fascinating part, yeah. Reports suggest Trump expressed, let's say, disappointment about the lack of progress on a ceasefire during that call.
So a call expressing disappointment followed by a massive attack. Complex signals.
Very complex. And adding another layer, there's apparently a call planned today between President Trump and President Zelensky of Ukraine.
Okay, so diplomacy is still happening on multiple fronts.
Seems so. Plus, there's news of a new prisoner exchange happening, too.
Right.
So military action and diplomatic maneuvering side by side.
Right. Okay, let's pivot away from conflict for a moment. Some more forward-looking things in tech and medicine. I saw a list of emerging technologies for 2025 came out.
Yes, an international entity published that. Some really interesting concepts on there.
Like what? Anything stand out?
Well, these like structural batteries, imagine the body of your phone being the battery.
Wow, okay.
And osmotic energy, harnessing power from mixing fresh water and salt water. Pretty clever stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Also, autonomous biochemical sensors.
Really pushing the boundaries. And AI seems to be moving at lightning speed, too.
Absolutely relentless.
Yep.
You've got Elon Musk planning to launch Grok 4, which they say has advanced reasoning, plus a specialized coding model.
Okay.
Then Meta, they've restructured to create superintelligence labs, their stated goal. Achieving artificial general intelligence, or AGI.
AGI, that's
Yeah.
the big one.
It is. And not to be left out, Baidu in China just open-sourced their Ear 4.5 model, making powerful AI more accessible. It's a real global race.
Definitely feels like it. And medicine's not standing still either.
Not at all. Researchers in Leipzig, Germany, found something interesting about brain synapses. They're actually more reliable than we thought.
And that matters because?
Well, it has potential implications for how we design artificial neural networks, trying to mimic the brain for AI.
Ah, okay. Interesting connection.
And another AI breakthrough in medicine, a tool that can apparently identify 9 different types of dementia just from looking at a single brain scan.
9 types from one scan. That's incredible. Could be huge for diagnostics.
Potentially, yes. And speaking of medical first, this one's quite unique, the Chicago Aquarium.
Oh, yeah. What'd it do?
They performed the first ever general anesthesia surgery on a beluga whale.
On a whale? Seriously?
Seriously. To remove some cysts. A major milestone for veterinary medicine, especially with large marine mammals.
That's pretty amazing. Okay, let's round things out with some sports and entertainment. Formula One.
Yes. British Grand Prix weekend at Silverstone. Classic track.
How is looking so far?
Lewis Hamilton topped the first practice session. But the McLarens are right there. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri were second and third.
Ah, Piastri. He's leading the championship, isn't he?
He is, yeah. So
Mm,
that sets things up nicely for an exciting race weekend.
definitely. And football, soccer.
FIFA Club World Cup quarterfinals today. You've got Fluminense versus Al Hilal,
Okay.
and then Palmeiras against Chelsea. Chelsea are the only European team left on their side of the bracket.
Oh, interesting. So a bit of pressure on them, maybe.
Could be, yeah.
One to watch.
And quickly, anything new to watch? Movies, streaming,
Yep. Jurassic World Rebirth is out
and
in...
another Jurassic World.
Okay.
Small.
Okay.
And on streaming, Sinners is new on Max. The Old Guard 2 dropped on Netflix, and Heads of State is on Prime Video.
Got it. Plenty to check out. Wow. So quite a day. We've covered global politics, major conflicts, incredible tech and medical advances, even whale surgery in sports. The world certainly keeps moving.
It really does. And, when you put all these pieces together, the political shifts, the tensions, but also these amazing breakthroughs, it does make you think, doesn't it?
Yeah. How does it all connect?
Exactly. It raises a question for you, listening. How does seeing all this information together, these seemingly separate events from just one day, how does it change your perspective on where things are heading?
Mm.
Think about how these rapid changes, the challenges and the innovations might shape the choices we all make and, the kind of future we're building.
That's a great question to reflect on. We hope this look at today's events has given you a clearer lens on things.